Welcome to X Games 2021. We are in Riverside, California at Pat Casey's Dream Yard here. It's the debut of BMX Dirt Best Trick here at the X Games. Hello everyone, I'm Jimmy Coleman, standing alongside Scotty Kramer. We got Jack Matrani down in the field, and well, one of the big stories as we come into this event, Pat Casey hosting 4 events in his backyard. He's already gotten a gold medal in BMX Dirt. Can he do it again?
He can absolutely do it again, and that gold medal was a long time coming. I'm so glad to see Pat being able on the top step of the podium today. But his riding was flawless. Such great combinations like this truck driver to late tail whip, straight into a cash roll on the last set right there. Flawless riding from top to bottom. Glad to see Pat on the top.
Another one to watch for, Ryan Williams. We typically see him in big air. He makes his debut here on the dirt.
Ryan Williams is such a talent on bikes, and I've talked to him, and he's got something that we've never even seen before, so I can't wait.
And Ryan's the kind of guy who's notorious for just making it up as he goes along. However, in this competition, you're going to have 8 total athletes in the field. Taking a look at that start list, Scotty, we started off with Bryce Tryon and Ben Wallace. They rounded out the podium in dirt. You've got Andy Buckworth, Jake Leva, Jay Toohey, your gold medalist from dirt, Pat Casey, Colton Walker, and of course, you talked about Ryan Williams. What are some of the things to watch for here as we go into this inaugural event for X Games?
Looking at that start list, I think you guys are in for an amazing show. I mean, we talked about Ryan Williams, but there's another Australian rider in Jay Toohey that has some combinations that nobody else in the world can do besides him. So the question is he going to be able to translate his riding onto this dirt setup right now and make history?
So basically what happens once you get cleared to rolling for your run, you're going to ride to the feature that you're actually going to do your best trick on. It is a 20-minute jam session, and however many attempts that they get, it's your best attempt overall. And there's no podium here. It's winner takes all. There's one gold medal being handed out today.
Yes, this is the Dave Mirra Best Trick, and it's a gold pedal, and the reason why is because as a memorial for Dave Mirra, everybody spray painted their pedals gold. So that's the whole idea behind the gold pedal.
So Bryce Tryon, he is going to start it off here. He's got a silver medal in the dirt competition.
So let me explain this real quick. A lot of these guys are going to be doing their best trick on the last set. So you guys are going to see these guys pump through the jumps. Not too much action until right now. There is front flip bar spin over that. He didn't do that one in the competition, so that's pretty cool to see. A very rare combination.
And by the way, we mentioned his silver medal in dirt. He's also an X Games rookie, so not a bad way to start off your X Games career, walking away with a silver medal.
So as he pitches forward, he's got to keep his knees away from the handlebars as they spin around. So that's what's very difficult about this. So pitching forward, jump, pushing the bars away, guiding them around with your hands, and then getting back on to secure the landing.
So Bryce Tryon sets the pace for us here. 20-minute jam session here in BMX Dirt Best Trick. 8 athletes, it's the best trick that counts. You're looking at Ben Wallace right now. Ben was your bronze medalist in the dirt competition.
Ben goes so high. He has so much pump and speed and just power in his riding. So I think he's going to be using the last jump again, just like Bryce did. So let's see what he's going to be bringing right now. So well, it looks like he actually was going to use the jump before it. I think he's going to go for a very technical hand combination. So I saw him doing the one hand and doing the can-can at the same time. So, and that's within a 360.
You're going to get a lot of looks at it out here with a 20-minute jam session. Andy Buckworth, X Games 2021. This is his 10th appearance here at the X Games. He's got some firepower. This is a guy that could do really well here in a best trick competition.
This is Big Show Buckworth right here. I got a feeling on this last set, we are going to see a double something.
So again, just to echo what Scotty said earlier, they get to ride to the last 2 features there. So they're just doing setup tricks, getting to that jump they want to use.
Nice. So a double backflip on the jump before the last one. So that's very interesting. So is that going to be the jump that he favors? Does he like that one better than the last one? Because I know the trick combinations that he's capable of in the double backflip. He can do the double backflip no-hander, which he takes his hands off in the middle of that double backflip. I know it's hard to understand. It's crazy, but he can also do double backflip turn downs that he recently learned lately. So that means he's going to twist the bike up and turn the bars like on the side of his leg. It's a very, very cool looking trick.
He made that look so ridiculously easy. Jake Leva coming your way next. X Games 2021. This is his 4th X Games appearance. Best finish of 8th in BMX Dirt at X Games Sydney in 2018.
This guy is capable of some very interesting decade combinations. Will he bring that? I do not know. There it is, the decade to 360. He pulled that one perfect.
Now, you couldn't ask for a better landing on that. Did you see where he put that one down?
That was absolutely perfect. And the thing was so clean about that, just trying to get your body back to the bike and continue your rotation. So watch this. He's going to spin with the handlebars and his body first. Then he grabs the bike and rotates completely 360 degrees with his body. So here it is again, spinning around, making sure that you do not clip anything until you get your feet back on the bike. Then you open up, grab everything, and try to spin as one. But what a great way to start a jam, and I think he could do even more from that.
That's just so wild to look at. Speaking of wild, Jay Tui out of Australia coming your way next. He has got some pretty insane combo moves, and he's another guy that has big firepower when it comes to best trick events.
Jay Tui has some moves that you will never see by anybody else. We've talked about how intricate his riding is. He switches his feet all the time to do tricks. He's keeping his left foot forward right now, so I think I know what's coming. There's nothing front, and he pulls that one clean. I know that trick right there. A lot of you guys watching is like, wow, that was the best trick.
Did that tap him in the helmet?
It has to at some point, right? If you're that close to it, I'm sure it happens time and time again. Let's keep an eye on it. Comes around, clears on the front. Oh!
Good Lord!
Imagine if you got to worry about your bike coming back at you on that. But back to the trick itself, that's a nothing from bike flip, and he can even do a trick into and out of that.
Well, Pat Casey is in X Games mode, and we are trending on TikTok. To all of our fans out there, if you want to join in, check out the X Games mode hashtag challenge and show us what happens when you're in X Games mode as well. Look at some of that footage right there from earlier in the week, Scotty. And as we mentioned
what he does best.
as we mentioned before, has a gold medal in dirt, and now we get to cut him loose here in BMX Dirt Best Trick.
So once again, I think we're going to see something on the last set from Pat. Now, I don't want to speculate at all, but I know that Pat is capable of doing crazy fakey tricks, and he's got a really good setup on this, so we'll see, guys.
Maybe not feeling it on that run right there. Again, it's a jam session. It's your best attempt that counts here in Dirt Best Trick. Just under 15 minutes to go here. Colton Walker on course.
Colton Walker is an X Games gold medalist back in 2017 when it comes to dirt, so he does have big tricks. Now, combinations are his bread and butter, so we're going to see what he brings in this last set. 360 tail whip, and it looks like this is going to be a throwaway run. And once again, when you're riding a technical course like this, everything has to be perfect. You have to take off perfectly, you have to land perfectly to get the right setup and the right speed to be able to go high enough to do the trick that you want to do.
Take another look at it here for Colton.
Yeah, so Colton can do tricks into and out of that setup right there. So that's a 360 tail whip. He could do bar spins into that. He could do multiple tail whips during it, and he can also do bar spins out of that as well. So look for that in the next coming runs.
Well, Ryan Williams is stoked to be back at X Games and competing in a new event. Let's hear about how he stayed on top of his game over the past year.
Being in a pandemic, obviously couldn't travel, which was kind of a bummer, see everybody, but being stuck at home wasn't so bad when I had my own action sports paradise to play on. I call it our Willy Land. I bought 40 acres and I just basically thought of what my brain could come up with, and then I just go out and build it. My fans are kind of the people that help me out so much, and I want to give back to them all the time. So I'm always really concentrating on my social media, and obviously that's how I made it grow. I do YouTube every week and post videos because I see the impact it has on the youth and the people that I meet. I always put so much effort into it, because if I can get some kids more stoked to go out and ride and potentially be that new big up and coming rider, then that's awesome. I can't believe I did it. It's just epic to finally get to travel again, see everybody. I think that's the best thing, you know. Everyone's been cooped up. We want to get out there and just see extend it. So I'm excited to see the chain off and everyone letting loose.
Action in slow-mo. Here we go again with Jake Leva out of Tehachapi, California.
Yeah, like I said earlier, he did the Decade 2 late 360 on his first jump. So let's see how he's going to up the ante on this one. 360 double whip over those hips, huh? That's a very interesting line. Because he didn't do that in his dirt run. So he was kind of going over the straight line. So to go over that hip, very unique. Not many people are going that way.
One thing to mention, we haven't talked about this, there's no live ranking, there's no scoring. Basically, it's the reveal at the end. The judges are just going to let us know at the end who the big winner is, and no podium. It is winner take all as we welcome back in Jay Tui.
So Jay Tui, if you remember in his first run, the bike came around with a vengeance on him.
Tapped him in the helmet.
So let's see if he can steer clear this time. There it is. Oh, that one he pulled right there. But I did talk to Jay. I know he wants to try to do something out of that.
I was just about to get you to walk that plank. I think he wants a combo out of that.
He does. He can do a tail whip out of that. It's one of the craziest tricks I've ever seen in my life, to be honest with you. But can he get enough speed and enough air to do it?
We're in his backyard, and he's having a blast already with a dirt gold medal under his belt. This is Pat Casey.
Oh, so Pat did a cash roll in the front part of his run right there, which was really impressive, but not enough speed to keep continuing.
So we are just about at the halfway point here as the last couple of seconds tick down, and we are at 10 minutes as of right now. 10 minutes down, 10 minutes to go. 2017 X Games Dirt Gold medalist Colton Walker in for attempt number 2.
So he's a technician when it comes to combining tail whip and bar spin tricks. Let's see if he can pull it off right now. 360 double tail whip over the second one. He kind of just said it for himself. He missed the top of the ramp.
It's all right, Colton. With a jam session like this, you got several attempts at it.
Yeah.
Ryan Williams, you heard him the last go around. He said, next run, next run. So I'm getting a little nervous right now. What is he going to bring to the party?
It's funny because I didn't even fully tell Jimmy what I heard from Ryan. So I do not know. I'm just so excited right now. But here's a good setup, guys. Whoa, a 360 flip to late tail whip?
Look how casually he's about it. Like, sorry, next one. Wow.
He's a rare breed. I'm just going to go out there and say it.
All right, so we've gone through the run order twice now, so we go back up to the top. Remember, no podium. It is winner take all. It's a jam session here at BMX Dirt Best Trick, and it is the better out of all of your attempts that are hopefully going to get you walking away with some gold. 20 years young. His 21st birthday is tomorrow. This is Bryce Tryon again.
So he's looking for the good pump on these setup jumps. Nice pop there.
What's it gonna be?
Front flip bar spin again. I wonder what he wants to do. I'm really curious to see what kind of combinations he's looking for, because he got the front flip bar spin to turn down, or to no-hander in the first run. So what's he gonna do? I'm not sure.
Ben Wallace. Attempt number 3, three X Games medals. All in BMX Dirt. He's got 2 silver and 1 bronze to his name.
So Ben's going to be looking for as much speed as possible for this last hit, I think. Even pedaling. Oh, no. Man, that was scary right there, because I think he was thinking about doing a 360 backflip combination, and he was struggling for speed, so he almost had that on his mind and over-rotated, but...
Well, the last go-around, Andy Buckworth got that double backflip no-hander. Where do you go from here if you're Mr. Buckworth?
This is always a tricky one when you do such a big trick early on, because you want to make sure you can do keep adding to that, because you don't know what the judges are thinking. You don't know what they're scoring the rest of the guys, but let's see what he does. Oh, it's going to be a throwaway right there, guys. He tagged the top of that jump right there, and when you tag, that means that your back wheel or your front wheel lands on the top of the jump before you get to the incline part, and you need to get as much speed and as much momentum as possible to get to the jump you want to go, so that takes everything away.
So the clock ticking down to 7 minutes as we bring back in Jake Leva. And to echo back to your point, Scotty, yeah, without being able to see the ranking or any scores right here, you don't get a feel. You don't have your finger on the pulse of what the judges are rewarding out here.
That's completely correct. Well, let's see what Jake's got. Oh! Oh, so once again, he had something on his mind, but he was trying to make sure, because you only have a few goes at this, right? You're getting towards the end of the jam session, so you need to take advantage. So he landed, tried to even get some speed in between it by pedaling, but it just wasn't enough on that one, so that had to be a throwaway.
So winding down towards 6 minutes. Jake Toohey gave us all a big scare as we talked about that last run, that forward front bike flip that tagged him in the helmet in that first attempt.
So I think we're going to see that one again. I got a feeling he wants to get this combination. I was speaking with him earlier. He said that it was a tough jump to do it on because it's not as big as he would like, but it is possible. Oh, he wants it so bad. But you can see he's catching it early. He's got time to do something, but the trick that he wants to do, you need so much air. You need to have that momentum on your way down to be able to get the tail to come around. So it's a struggle when you're working with a jump that isn't perfect for what you want to do, but you're still trying to make it work.
So a little over 6 minutes to go here. The last go around, we saw Pat Casey throw his second attempt over the top half of the course.
Well, this time it looks like he's going to go for the bottom part, but what does he want to do? Oh, it's going to be a throwaway right there.
Losing his speed in those throwaway runs.
Oh, in through the mud.
It's starting to get dangerous as we get down to under 6 minutes here. How many attempts are we going to end up getting to get for everybody here? See the look of determination on the face of Colton Walker here.
Here he goes, looking for the pump. It looks like he's going to be happy with the first one, I think, because that decade to 360, don't get me wrong, that trick can definitely compete with the best trick no matter who you are, because no one is really doing that. He's one of the only people in the world, so definitely an amazing move, and it's great to see Jake out here.
Is this going to be the run for Jake Toohey? Will he be able to get that tail whip variation coming out of that front bike flip? He wants this one so bad. Will this be the run where it happens, Scotty?
Let's see. It all depends on this pump right here. He needs the speed. Throwing it forward. Oh, my gut feeling is that this jump is just not the right jump to be able to do that trick. I've seen him do this on a best trick competition before, and the jump was pretty much perfect. You know, that jump is the one that's in their shot right here. So you can see how low that lip is compared to the landing. He needs a lip that's about 1.5 feet higher, so it throws him up. So by the time he catches the bike, he has time to do the tail up on the way down. And I just think he's just trying to fit it in there, and it's just really frustrating for him.
Well, is there going to be enough time, I should say, as the clock is winding down, as we take another look at Pat Casey here.
So Pat had a rough go. He did that 270 over this hip, and he wasn't able to continue on. Is he going to do something crazy on this last setup? We are going to see right now. Just 360. 360 downside. You know what? He's just hanging out, putting on a show for everybody watching, both on the live stream, both in the audience, his neighbors, and it's really cool to see Pat just having such a great day today.
Here comes Colton Walker as we are at 2 minutes and 40 seconds and counting down right here. So we could squeak into another round. We'll have to wait and see how this plays out here.
Back to Colton Walker. I think he wants that 360 double tail whip to bar spin. Oh, well, that time it looks like it's going to be a throwaway run. He's going to change up his plan a little bit. So, you know, I think a lot of the guys, too, you know, you're sitting there trying to figure out your trick, right? What you want to do, what's going to be your goal on this one. And going back to, like, with a rider like Jake Toohey, sometimes it just doesn't pan out. But last time around, it came really close to panning out perfectly for Ryan Williams, and it's good to see him back on the course.
Yeah, he lit this entire place up in that last go-around before we went to break.
But this is it right here. This pump is crucial. Oh, there's the front flip. Oh, man. A front flip, double tail whip combination. He switched it up right there.
Just casually just roll over and stand up out of that one.
Yeah, I hope he's okay. He had to send the bike away, and he bailed on his own. Oh, he's waving. He's okay. But if you check out the replay coming up, he landed, got the pump right here, switched his feet. There's the tail whip. Double tail whip, and the bike kind of lagged for a second when it was coming around on the second tail whip. You guys can check it out in this angle. So the first tail whip comes around super fast. You see, straight around. Now the second one, it slows down a little bit. But Ryan told me that he does slow it down at one point so he can turn the handlebar sideways and pull the bike the rest of the way. Very complicated. And I invented the front flip tail whip. Never in my dreams did I think that the front flip double tail whip was ever going to be done. I'll go out there and say that.
So here we go with time on the clock. We're back up to the top of the order, so time will run out, and this will be one final attempt for all 8 of our riders here. Bryce Tryon in his 5th and final attempt here in BMX Dirt Best Trick.
So I'm curious to see what Bryce is bringing this time. He switched it up last round with the opposite cash roll. Nice Superman, the bar spin right there. I love how clean that was. That's one of my favorite tricks that he does because he lays his body out. Like all the BMX fans around the world that are tuning in, they just had to applause right there. They tipped their hat to him because they appreciate the classic trick right there with that Superman to late bar spin.
Well, there's a lovely sweeping shot of the pool party going on Pat Casey's deck right now. What you don't see is the entire neighborhood that's also posted up around here. Everyone in the neighborhood, they're all laid out in their yards. Everyone's got lawn chairs and pop-up tents out. They are having a blast out here. So Ben Wallace gets one more attempt here. Or actually, Jay Toohey. Jay Toohey going out of run order here.
Yeah, so it looks like Jay Toohey's moving up in this one. Let's see if he can get what he wants or if he's going to switch the trick up. I do not know, Jimmy. It's all on this pump, though. Things are looking good. Nothing from bike flip. I lagged the bike out big time on that one. Nice multiple tail of air right there, though. I know it's a dirt event, but he's putting on a show for everyone. So
it was supposed to be Ben Wallace, then Andy Bugworth, and Jake Leva before we got to Jay Toohey. So looking like those 3 guys have decided to not take their last runs.
And like we talked about earlier, a lot of guys, I think frustration, of trying to get what they want to do. But somebody like Andy Buckworth, he's got the double backflip no-hander already on the board. That can easily win a best trick competition. But we also have some big tricks coming, and we do have some more riders that are ready to bring it.
But yeah, it looks like Ben, Andy, and Jake all decided to not take that last run. So here we go with Pat Casey. Mentioned it a couple times before. It's worth saying again. Got his first X Games gold medal. Did it in dirt in his own backyard. One more time around here for him in Dirt Best Trick.
So last time around, Pat was putting on a little bit of a show on every one of these. The question is he going to try something special? Looks like he's got a nice straight jump. Nice backflip toboggan right there. I've never really seen Pat do that one.
So that means we are going to be down to our final 2 riders here. We've got Colton Walker and then Ryan Williams. And well, then we get the big reveal because none of us know. Only the judges know as they are sequestered in a little booth over there on Pat's driveway talking it over.
So once again, Colton's got to make it all the way to the other set right now. And right every one of these jumps, he might be doing that 360, setting himself up, but in the back of his mind, he knows what he wants to do. He knows what he's setting up for. He's going through the motions in his head. Let's see if he can put it down. Nice 360 no-hander. Oh, looks like he's settling with the 360.
So that'll bring us down to our last rider here. Ryan Williams. And then, of course, we get that big reveal. First time we've ever contested BMX Dirt Best Trick here at the X Games. See everybody grouping up together over there waiting for the big reveal. There's no podium in this one. We've said it a couple of times. This one is winner take all.
I love you all.
So just imagine this right now. He is setting this up. He is the last rider to go. He's got an endless amount of tricks in his bag. Is he going to do this front flip double tail, which we've never seen before? But this is what he does best. This guy works off of situations like this. He does this in mega ramp, but can he make this happen on the dirt today? We're going to find out. There's the Aussie roll, but that time the rotation was looking so good. Well, he's up and he's celebrating. The boys are applauding him.
Well, he rode out the one in run number 3.
I'll take the last one.
You're right there. I'll take the last one. Hey, you know what? It's best run that counts here, Ryan.
I want to see what went wrong in this one because the rotation was really fast. It looked great. So you could see he balled up. He was coming around, but maybe he was leaning to his side. It looked like he wasn't. When he opened up, he might have opened up a little bit too early. So when I say that, you can see how he's twisting still, right? But when you open up and then you continue to go forward, if it was a little bit too early and see how he's sideways, he officially wasn't coming straight in. So you can see it transitioned his body into falling onto his side. But the rotation was super fast. I think he wishes he would have waited a split second to open up on that one.
So now we line everybody up for the big reveal, and the gold medal is going to Andy Buckworth. The first ever BMX Dirt Best Trick competition at the X Games, and it goes to Andy Buckworth. How about that, Scotty?
Well, it's an amazing trick. Double backflip no-hander. Like I said earlier, this guy is the best double backflipper in the world. So to be able to do that on the second to last jump and do it picture perfect, full commitment, well deserved.
That is Andy's first X Games gold medal as well. He has a big air bronze medal in his 9 prior X Games appearances, and now he's going to walk out of here with a gold. Taking another look at it here.
So with this next jump, look, he had to get as much speed as possible, but he knew right there. He's like, I got this. Takes his hands off immediately. Imagine doing that with all that rotation coming around. Unbelievable trick.
Let's send it down right now to Jack Matrani.
Congratulations, Andy Buckworth. Your first X Games in 2010, 11 years later, you take home your first gold, and your reaction says it all. Can you take us through the emotions that you're feeling right now?
Dude, like the tears are building up for sure. My rookie year, I got bronze in Mega Ramp, and since then I've retired from Mega Ramp. And then I've just been doing the dirt and park thing, and I've had so many gnarly injuries in my career. I broke both my legs. I broke both legs separate times. My collarbones knocked my teeth out, and I've missed so many X Games because of injuries. And to come back and get a gold medal finally at 31 years old, like, my life is literally complete.
You broke the curse, man. Congratulations. Here's the first of many. Congratulations, Andy
Thanks,
Buckworth.
Jack. Woo!
Well, the emotion on his face says it all. He's been working on that one for a long time, and that gold medal comes at the ripe old age of 31 years old. Congratulations to you, Andy Buckworth.
Yeah.
So there you go. BMX Dirt Best Trick is in the book. Scotty, we saw some groundbreaking things happen out here today.
Amazing riding from so many riders. We saw the decade of late 360, the double backflip no-hander, the Aussie roll almost being pulled perfectly.
Well, when it's all said and done, it's Andy Buckworth walking away with his first ever X Games career gold medal here in the first ever BMX Dirt Best Trick.